So we had an animal emergency today. One that I've never experienced with any of the animals I've ever had. So my middle daughter, Ryan, and I were at the beach and we're driving home. We're about 5 minutes from home and I get this message from my oldest daughter, Joey, who has two parakeets, who we've always thought were both girls. One of them for sure always lays eggs. We were pretty sure the other one, because of the color of her beak, that it was a girl also, but have never really totally confirmed it. So the white one has always been the egg layer. The blue one, we weren't totally sure. Her name's Dawn, ironically, but it's D-A-W-N, not D-O-N. So, because we were pretty sure she was a girl. So Joey calls me, kind of losing it. Like she's getting kind of hysterical on the phone. Something's wrong with Dawn. She's making weird noises. She's in the cage and she's got an egg that won't come out. And I said, what do you mean? Why won't the egg come out? So she says, the egg, Mom, it's like prolapsing, like her butthole's prolapsing and the egg is caught in it. And she said she's like, had looked it up on her phone that it's very serious and it could be deadly. So we're like, in a pandemic right now. You can't go to the vet. You have to like deal with these things on your own. And in my mind, all I can think is like, oh my God, well, okay. And by the way, this is the bird that we cannot hold. She bites us. Like even though she's a parakeet, it's very hard to catch her. She flies all over in the cage. It's like, she's impossible. But the white one we can pick up. So anyways, I'm like, okay, it's the one that's totally hard to catch. And she bites on top of it. And she's in agony and she's suffering and I don't know like what the heck to do. So Ryan looks it up on her phone, and as we're like pulling in the driveway, reads something about olive oil. Put olive oil on her beak. And I'm thinking, okay, like with babies, they do that when people are like have the heads crowning and the baby's getting caught. And, they put oil. Like I've seen that. My kids were all C-section, so I didn't go through that. But I know like that softens up like the outer rim of the hole and it loosens things up so the baby can come out. So, okay, you put, I'm like running and getting Q-tips, got the olive oil, and I put it on her beak. She wasn't doing anything with her beak at that point. She was just in her little, like, there's like a little round furry thing that hangs in the cage where they can have babies or lay their eggs. They're not fertilized. And so she was in there and she was definitely struggling. She was like struggling. I was trying to say struggling too fast. She was struggling and making noises and definitely like this thing. Oh my God. Oh, like something I've never seen before. So this much of her, it looks like her butthole, but it's her egg laying hole, is skin, and it's coming out of her with veins. There's some blood, there's bird poop, and there's an egg caught in it. And it's like, it's this big around, it's parakeet, it's this big around and like this long hanging underneath her skin, like with this egg caught in it. And you can tell she's pushing over and over and she's struggling. So, oh my God, I'm thinking, I gotta like do something about this. Joey's having a nervous breakdown. Ryan's calmly looking this up on the internet to see what can be done. And there's a name for it. I can't remember. Ryan looked it up on the internet, but, anyways, it's serious. They could die with this condition if they don't have any assistance. And so I'm taking the Q-tip and putting, like, I'm trying to reach in there and put the olive oil around the rim, where the egg is sort of, you can kind of see it poking out, but there's mostly all the skin hanging out. Like, it's like a prolapsed egg hole. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. And, anyways, it's not doing anything. She's like kind of letting me do it, which is weird because she usually wouldn't like let me get near her. So she was like, I'm like, okay, she's letting me help her. So I tell Joey, you've got to get a rag. And so I'm like, I've got to just do it. Like, I don't know if this bird's going to die from a heart attack from like me grabbing it. Cause I know little animals are fragile and if they're freaked out or whatever, they can just freaking die. So I just go for it. I grab her. It took me a couple tries. She was flapping all over the place. Poor thing is obviously suffering. And she's screaming and, squawking or whatever and biting me, like biting the soft parts of my hand. I'm like, I'm like just trying to oh, Dawn, come on. I'm just trying to hold on to her. Finally get the rag wrapped around her enough where her little head wasn't like turning and biting me because I have her like in this part of my hand and she kept biting me right here. And I turned her over and, just kind of got my fingers right around the base of it, just gave it one little good squeeze and that egg popped right out. Oh my God. I felt like it was me and I just had a baby. It was such a relief. So we put her back in the cage and she kind of went on the perch with her little wings open a little bit and she was just kind of like huffing and puffing. And it's like, we've checked on her, she's totally fine. I think she just had like, she looked like she was in the state of just euphoria when it was over. You know, like, I mean, it actually came out really easily. It was sort of a surprise. So anyways, that's the story of Dawn the parakeet today. And so if you have a bird or ever thinking of getting a bird, apparently this is something that can happen. And if you don't help them, apparently they could die. So we took the matters into our own hands because we had no other choice. So anyways, there's your story for today. I hope you're all doing well during this pandemic. That was quite terrifying, but I'm really glad it was handled and she's okay. Okay, guys. Bye.